So here's a quick demo of the CSI Linux case management system. So if you do start a case, let's go and start a new case. We did move the case name up above before it was down below. So enter the case name first. This is required. The investigator name and everything else is not, but that's going to pre-propagate some variables. So we're just going to put in investigator name CSI Linux, and then of course case is demo. When you hit OK, it generates everything in the back end. This is a new screen. It has the open source intelligence area, dark web, video capture tools, some of the content related to computer forensics, network forensics, and whatnot. Let's go into open source. We do have domain OSINT, geolocation, social media, capture video, dark web as well. Let's do a quick go into domain. We have all this good content. Once we go into geolocation, it's still pretty much the same. You still need some APIs, especially from Showdown. Social media, we added a couple other things. For example, sock puppet generator, screenshot. We do have the FBI's most wanted put in here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick click on sock puppet generator. This is a tool we've built. It ties into a few other tools. It generates from a website some random information you can change. And this is just to build a skeleton. Once you close that page, it downloads a pic from this person does not exist and then generates an actual doc file. Once you open up this ODT file, then at that point you just change the information for what you need, especially the content related to user profile content, username, passwords, UID, that stuff that you need to change and keep track of for whatever accounts that you create with this new sock puppet. If you don't like the age, the name, you can change those as well. Same thing with phone numbers. So this is just building your skeleton for future tools. So we'll open up geolocation search. Now let's go to video capture. This is the tool that we built. It ties into several other tools. One is going to be the YouTube downloader. The other is going to be Streamlink. We also have OBS. We also have the capability of grabbing a video and making a screenshot of every 30 seconds from that video, so you can do a little bit more video triage. And then, of course, our traditional dark web. We have the capability of turning a Tor VPN on, off, gateway, but you can still do that at the bottom left-hand side. We also have our tool for the Hades project. So we've added creating a logical copy of both Android and iPhone devices. That's going to be the iDevice. We have the information related to mounting images. So here you do have to log in a sudo. Once it loads up, we'll see that we have the ability to mount a raw DD copy. The E01 file, that's going to be in the old EnCase format or the expert witness format. The E0X, there's still some challenges trying to resolve on that for at least open source mounting. But anything with an E01, we should be able to open. You can open up virtual disks. We can also do the AFF format. We can open up Lux encrypted drives as long as you have the password and mount those. And we can also mount ISO files. Here under Computer Forensics, we have a new section. This is going to be document templates, consent to search, chain of custody. There's a lot of files within here, but basically we try to make it step by step for how you do an investigation. So I'm going to open up the document templates area. These are the standard ones we have at least now. It's going to be growing. Chain of custody, record desktop. We have forensic device imaging. This is going to just tie directly into one GUI tool to make it a little bit easier. You have Guimager. So essentially you just pick the source and destination disk or disk image name, image it from there. You can also do data recovery. This is only for bad sector drives on platter disks. So if you have a drive that you can't image through normal mechanisms or means, you could use this to get past it. So again, you do have to sudo into it to get to the devices, pick your drive, and then pick your destination, and then start imaging. And this traditionally is either going to be disk to disk or disk to disk image. So go ahead and close out of here. We have the video triage, as we mentioned before. We have Fred, which is going to be a registry editor. And then we have password cracking with John the Ripper. We did write a tool that pulls in all the 2John scripts within the John the Ripper subfolder, and then gives you an option to choose any of the ones you're specifically wanting to focus on for file cracking passwords. It's going to try to pull the hash out of there. Once it does, then it's going to throw it to John and then try to crack it. And then, of course, at the end, we have our good old report template. And this fills in variables from when you're first starting the case, such as organization name, investigator name, and case type. Also, network forensics. Within here, a new section. We have document template, network authorization, chain of custody, record desktop. We have malware analysis, just some of the more common tools used in reverse engineering malware analysis. And we talked about the documents template, and with use encryption, we just tied it directly to Veracrypt. Again, try to make everything as easy as possible for normal investigations.